Hey everyone, it's Wednesday, February 10th. I'm Tom Hansen and Channel 1 News starts right now. First up, we head to New Hampshire. It's been a week on the ground for the candidates trying to get out the vote, campaigning and knocking on doors. And last night, voters had their say, choosing who they want to represent their party in the general election. Just as the last votes were cast, Donald Trump was declared the winner in New Hampshire's Republican presidential primary.
New Hampshire, I want to thank you. We love you. We're going to be back a lot. We're not going to forget you.
One unexpected victory, John Kasich, the governor of Ohio, who beat out all the other Republicans to come in second place.
Tonight, the light overcame the darkness of negative campaigning.
Bernie Sanders won the Democratic side, scoring a significant victory against Hillary Clinton.
Because of a huge voter turnout, and I say huge, we won.
Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton admitted defeat, but said she is in it for the long haul.
We're going to fight for every vote in every state.
The next contests take place February 20th with the Democratic caucus in Nevada and the GOP primary in South Carolina. The White House unveiled President Obama's plan yesterday on how the government should spend its money. The 2017 budget is the president's last and proposes spending a record $4.1 trillion. Now, most of that $4.1 trillion is mandatory spending, meaning it's not up for negotiation. Only about a quarter of the budget is flexible, and that's what the president and Congress argue over each year, since Congress is who ultimately passes the budget. Some of the things the president is pitching to include launching a new war on cancer, combating global warming, and fighting growing threats from ISIS terrorists. The president is also asking for $19 billion to strengthen our computer security.
With this plan, we intend to modernize federal IT by replacing and retiring outdated systems that are vulnerable to attack.
The president wants to increase taxes on the rich to help pay for some of his plan. He also wants higher taxes on things like oil. But a similar attempt in last year's budget never made it through Congress. And this budget doesn't have much of a chance of passing through Congress either, since the House of Representatives is controlled by Republicans who want less spending and more cuts on government programs. And last up, the party is over. Mardi Gras and Carnival wrapped up early this morning after weeks of celebrations.
This Mardi Gras is the best Mardi Gras I have ever experienced.
It was all about the costumes, parades, and of course, the beads. Thousands around the world capped their celebrations of Carnival and Mardi Gras yesterday. Mardi Gras is actually French for Fat Tuesday, the last day of partying before the holy period of Lent begins today, with Ash Wednesday. For cities like New Orleans, Mardi Gras is more than just a party. The festivities bring in millions of much-needed tourism dollars to the city's economy. All right, coming up, a musical with a message of hope and redemption, taken straight from a dark moment in American history.
I always get a pimple right here.
I feel like it's all anyone can see. So I tried Clean and Clear Acne Spot Treatment. In 4 hours, the pimple is smaller and less red.
Now, see the real me.
Love isn't being jealous or obsessively calling and texting, and it isn't possessive or trying to control what someone does or how they act. For more information, visit loveisrespect.org.
I'm really worried. One of my friends is living on the street.
I know someone who can help.
Who?
1-800-RUNAWAY.org. Trust the National Runaway Switchboard. If you're having a hard time, get online or call to chat now.
Well, if you're a Trekkie, you may know George Takei as Sulu from the original Star Trek series. Known for his gay rights advocacy and as an internet icon, now George Takei is taking center stage on Broadway to highlight the American government's violation of human rights against Japanese Americans during World War II. Asia Celestino sat down with him.
But that doesn't mean I will spend it.
This is the Broadway musical Allegiance.
What others allow.
You kind of find yourself traveling through time back into the early to mid 1940s.
It tells the story of the Kimuras, a Japanese-American family whose lives are drastically changed during World War II.
It's groundbreaking in that it deals with this chapter of American history that hasn't been dealt with at all until now.
It goes back to December 7th, 1941. Japan bombed Pearl Harbor in Hawaii, killing more than 2,300 Americans. The U.S. then joined the fight against Japan in World War II.
No matter how long it may take us to overcome this premeditated invasion, the American people in their righteous might will win through to absolute victory.
During the war, there was a lot of fear about Japanese people. The government said it was worried about sabotage and spying by Japanese people living in the U.S. So President Franklin D. Roosevelt signed an executive order authorizing the military to imprison anyone of Japanese heritage.
Americans carted off to some of the most desolate, cruel places in this country, and they were placed in these camps just because they happened to look like the enemy.
Over 120,000 people, more than half American citizens, were imprisoned, forced to sell their homes, businesses, and most of what they owned. The creator and star of Allegiance, George Takei, was one of them.
I was born right here in this country, and then they put us in these barbed wire prison camps.
At only 5 years old, George and his family were forced to leave their Los Angeles home at gunpoint by the government. After being taken to a temporary facility, the Takeis were moved to a prison camp, also known as an internment camp, in Arkansas and then another in California.
I started school, and we began the school day with the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I could see the barbed wire fence and the sentry tower right outside my schoolhouse window as I recited the words, "with liberty and justice for all," both things that we didn't have.
Since then, George has taught others about this injustice and made it his life's mission to promote equality and human rights.
It's not necessarily easy to hold up a mirror to yourself and sort of look at your past and say, hey, these are the things that happened and this is why they happened, but let's make sure this doesn't happen again.
Although Allegiance takes place during a dark time in U.S. history, the musical's messages still strike a note with our society today.
We have a presidential campaign going on, and we have some leading candidates who are making the same kind of statements that put us into those barbed wire prison camps.
The camps were closed in 1944, just before the end of the war. In 1988, the government signed off on reparations, which is a payment as a form of apology to the thousands of imprisoned Japanese Americans.
Democracy is the best form of government in the world. Our democracy is dependent on people to be actively engaged, people who cherish the ideals of our democracy.
Asia Celestino, Channel 1 News.
So interesting. Thanks, Asia. All right, after the break, we take a look at a student who's saving money by surfing.
So, tell me, young man, do you remember what your dad and I taught you about hands-only CPR?
Yes. Kind of.
If you see a teen or adult suddenly collapse, the first thing you do is...
Call 911.
And the second thing you do is...
Push hard and fast in the center of the chest at a rate of at least 100 beats per minute.
Who even knows what 100 beats per minute sounds like?
Well, you get down by the way I use my vocal performance, no time to talk. music's loud, women walk and kick around inside the phone. Now it's alright, it's okay. You may love the other way. We can try to understand. Know your style's affect the man. Stay alive.
Okay, Ariel's here with me now with a student facing one pretty costly challenge: how to pay for college tuition, room, and board.
Yeah, the average cost of room and board is now $10,000 a year, but this Texas student is standing up to the challenge by lying down.
This is it.
Tonight, this is home for University of North Texas junior London Olawumi.
Load up. Gotta push them in there and lean back. And then you just sleep like this.
For the last 3 nights, he's crashed on this red couch.
There's a little bit of an art form to it. This is my comforter.
The radio, television, and film major turned the camera on himself and is documenting his journey sleeping on 13 different couches and counting, hoping to bring attention to the skyrocketing cost of college with his documentary Couch Surfing 101. He mostly stays with friends, and tonight he's crashing with a childhood buddy and her roommate.
I'll know one friend at an apartment, but the other 3 will be strangers. And those strangers take me in just like my friend did.
One big worry for London, having enough money to get by.
That's probably what I worry about most, other than grades.
Olawumi says he has a job, and like most students he knows, he's had to take out loans to pay for college.
People don't go to school because they can't afford it. We hear that all the time.
He is couch surfing until he finishes his film, but is doing it because he says this is a reality for some college students.
That's the case for some people that I've met in college like this year, that they actually just don't know where they're going to be next.
Ariel Hickson, Channel 1 News.
Thanks, Ariel. And to figure out how much college costs and how to pay for it, head on over to channel1.com. All right, guys, that's going to do it for us today. We'll see you tomorrow.
Good morning, Shafer Sharks. I'm Joey, along with Sharon, Skylar, and Mike. It's Wednesday, February 10th, Day B, Ash Wednesday. Ash Wednesday opens Lent. This season, 46 days of fasting and prayer, chiefly observed by Catholics, though many Christians observed it too. And now would you please rise for the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag Thank you. Please remain standing for a moment of silence. Thank you. You may now be seated. Please listen to our morning announcements.
Today's weather. It's snowing, but it's not going to last, with a high of 39 degrees. For lunch, French toast with syrup and sausage, oven-baked fries, fresh vegetable cup with dip, dessert, and for dessert, chilled applesauce cups, along with your original healthy milk.
And there are no birthdays today to announce, so no birthday song.
The library is closed today. I repeat, the library is closed today.
Today's shark announcements. Broad Street training will start next week. You should get dressed and meet in room 201 right after school. Please dress appropriately for the weather. If it's cold outside, you need to dress in layers. You can remove clothing if you get too warm. You should also bring water. If you've not turned in both your permission slip and your physical, you're not be permitted to start practice. Do not wait until Tuesday to do this. There will be no time to check before practice. See Ms. Franklin if you have any questions.
Attention Reading Olympics. Please hand in your t-shirt and pizza money to Miss Sabatini by this Friday, February 12th. The cost is $12 and you must pay in cash, no checks. Remember, we will be meeting every Wednesday during homeroom until the competition.
Arctic Club is selling pretzels today and every Wednesday to raise money for community service. We donate food cards to those organizations in need in the Bension community.
Attention students, building bridges will be here today for 7th graders. Please have paper and pencil. 8th grade, report to your homerooms.
In and now here's Mike.
In Shafer Sports, once again, congratulations to the Shafer Snyder wrestling team who won the Lower Bucks County League Junior High Wrestling Championship. Way to go, wrestlers. Congratulations to everyone on the team and to their coaches. Coach Sock, Coach Engelhart, Coach Piper, and Coach Price.
Do you like to hit the quan, watch me nay-nay, do the dab, then come to the dance on Wednesday, February 24th at 6 p.m. Tickets will be on sale during lunches for $5. See you on the dance floor.
February is National Dental Month. Oral hygiene is important to your health, so remember to brush your teeth at least twice a day, floss, and see your dentist twice a year. If you do not have dental insurance, come see the nurse and she will give you information about possible dental information.
Do you need some extra help with the subject or getting organized? Then stop by the guidance office and sign up for NJHS Peer Tutoring, held on Thursdays after school until 4:10.
7B is proud to announce the Starburst Students of the Week for 2/1/2016. Alexandra Holly, Haley Stokes, Katie Winward, and Jada Pooh.
You will get your Star Prize certificate and coupon from the teacher who chose you. Be sure to put your coupon in the box in Miss Raddick's room for prize drawings. Great job, Starburst. Congratulations to Dear Patel for turning in 60 Shark certificates and earning a way cool long sleeve Shafer shirt. Way to go, dear.
Also, big cheers go out to Kevin Cassidy for earning his Shafer t-shirt when he turned in his first 30 Shark certificates. Nice job, gentlemen. Keep up the good work. Come to the studio after Sunny Side Up is over to get your awesome shirts.
You can too earn your Shafer shirts by turning in your Shark certificates. How, you say? Just follow the Shafer Sharks creed by being prepared, respectful, and responsible. Remember, anyone can earn a Shark certificate, not only for doing well academically, but for good behavior too.
We'll see you this Friday for yet another Shark drawing.
In celebration of Black History Month, let's reflect on a quote from Dr. Mae Jemison, first African female astronaut. Never be limited by other people's limited imaginations.
And that concludes the show for today. Make this day a good one. Keep it classy, stay beautiful.